Who's in, who's out? The biggest questions this season for LeBron and the Lakers. He sat out last night, but could he be ready tonight? We'll have an update. Not the only superstar in doubt. AD hurt his wrist on a dunk in just his second game back. He sure was impressive against the Sixers. Russ sure seems like he's feeling good. A little bounce in his step. I don't know if he's playing, but he can dance. Lakers and Hornets from the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. Love the name. Tip-off coming up at 4:30 right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. The Lakers have won the last 6 meetings. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. I'm Chris McGee. Big game James Worthy, Robert Ory. Allie's going to be joining us remotely. Trudell is live in Charlotte, and Brez has a night off.
What?
He's been working too hard, they said.
Since when?
Said he went read. He actually he's being punished for his top 5 MVP.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes,
They all kind of the bosses saw that segment and thought you handed it to him a little bit. Yeah.
Without pay.
Without pay. We know that's not true. All right, a handful of Lakers on the injury report today, and I'm sick of it, including LeBron James, who is out once again tonight after missing last night's game with the knee soreness against the 76ers. He's averaging 29 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists before missing that game. That was his 13th missed game of the season. AD also out with right wrist soreness, which he suffered last night. Davis left the game for a short period of time after a dunk, but returned finishing with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks. AD had previously missed 17 games with a left knee injury before returning against Brooklyn on Tuesday. The good news, his knee injury is not listed on the injury report. That's what we do here. We always give you a little silver lining. The Lakers have had a hard time all season getting their big pieces healthy at the same time. The Purple and Gold have only played 16 games this season with LeBron and AD in the lineup. They are 9-7 in those games and averaging 111 points per game. Without LeBron, the Lakers are 5-8, and without AD, Lakers are 10-10 this season. Only 16 games of the 50 have all these guys been together. So a team with championship aspirations and expectations, it's really tough to be successful or find any kind of rhythm. That's just reality, right?
You know, one of my best analogies is like, you're driving around in your car, you got a flat tire, then you got to put that donut on.
Yeah.
That donut ain't gonna go but so long,
35
so many miles, so they've been playing with a lot of donut tires this year. As soon as you get 4 good tires, one other one go flat. You know what I mean? You got to put that donut back on there. So it's hard, Geeter. It's hard to gain any kind of consistency or rhythm. And that's not only for the Lakers. That's for all the teams that have been suffering the same situations with injuries and COVID and whatever they have to deal with. So it's tough. So it's challenging. And as soon as you feel like they're getting ready to get everybody back, LeBron goes down. AD, Russell. So, it's just been the wildest, craziest season ever.
Rob, that's it for me, and I think for a lot of fans. Just when you think they're back together and you start to see some light and you start to see how it might look and maybe they play well, it just seems to always be the injury bug hits again. I think that's what's deflating, at least from a fan's perspective. What about from the players' perspective, do you think?
From the players' perspective, I can only speak from when it happened to us when I was in Houston. We had just won a championship, and next year, everybody got hurt. It's almost like Dream got hurt, Sam Cassell got hurt, I got hurt. It's like, you're like, oh, wow, man, the basketball gods are against us, right? And it's like you keep pulling you down one by one. You get out there, oh, we good, oh, he gets hurt. And the thing about that is we looked at it like, hey, if we could just get back and get together by the last 2 weeks of the season, we can get it together and work things out. And that's what we were able to do.
The players have that confidence.
Yeah, players have that confidence. And I think with this crew, if you think about it, you got 3 of the best players ever to play this game on this team, and 4 if you count Carmelo in there. These guys get together, they can figure out, all you need to do is put together a stretch run. And that's what it's all about, being a stretch run. And I think when I was with the Houston Rockets, we had one of the best stretch runs in the game. And that's all you need. So I'm not panicking yet. I still got faith that these guys still have time to get it together and go on a nice little run.
And I think they have arrived at a place You know, I'm not saying that they're there yet, but, you know, they got a good win against Utah, a good comeback against a good Miami team. They're starting to get their bench to play well. So I think they kind of say, I see something here. So I think they have latched on to something. They still got to keep climbing a little bit more, but that's only going to happen when they get everybody back together.
Yeah, and I get the frustration as well. You hear a lot of, well, they should play through this, or you got to play with pain, you got to play with injury. And I've come full circle on that, where I disagree with that. I think the player knows the body better than you're going to know. And there comes a time where, yeah, you do play through certain things. But obviously, if a guy like LeBron James isn't playing, there's a reason. It's not just because you want to sit out for a day. Yeah. It's not it.
And like I said yesterday, a lot of times people don't understand this injury can be nipped now, where it doesn't become something bigger and hurt more. There's so many guys in the NBA that, like James, you talk about, you played through a whole season with tendonitis and your game suffered. If you nip it in the bud now, and I know LeBron, that's what he thinks. He says, that way I can play at 100%, not 98%.
I appreciate how smart he is with his body as well. And I told everyone yesterday, out there in the news, the minute we heard LeBron was not playing, I said, he will not play tomorrow. Trust me, he would be playing in the Philly game if his knee was right. Trust me, he's not missing that game.
And the other thing, too, what 32 games left or 33, something like that?
It's 50th game, I think.
Your strategy has to change a little bit as a coach and trainers, because you can't expend all your energy. I'm sure they don't want the playing game. They want to try to get the best they can, but you got to be careful now. Because if you put a lot of energy and a lot of minutes, LeBron already has, you defeat the purpose. And then you start suffering and getting tired. So, this is good. I don't know who's going to play tonight, but it's good.
We're going to find
strategy to kind of, okay, look, we got to be strong for these next 33 games.
It's the rope-a-dope right now.
Rope-a-dope. Well, I also get the AD frustration because he looked so good. Falls on the wrist, and now he's out. So we're going back and forth with that. It's tough. All right, let's get you live to Charlotte. Laker reporter Mike Trudell has the latest on the injury front. Hello, Mike. You have somehow remained healthy and in good spirits and playing at a high level.
Well, Geeter, let's just have that same conversation we've been having all year, right? The staff with LeBron and AD. Oh, man, usually it's just one of them that's not playing, and, of course, tonight it's going to be both. And so that was the majority of what we talked about with Frank Vogel, and then just also how they're going to deal with a tough opponent here who's playing really well. So here's Frank a couple moments ago.
Well, Anthony and LeBron are out. LeBron is still dealing with soreness, and Anthony has some soreness in his wrist, that for precautionary reasons they want to hold him out. And Russell and Avery are in and available.
Got it. So no LeBron, no AD. What are you hoping to do with the group? And without those two players, obviously not going to be the same way you typically play.
Yeah, well, these games can be some of the most fun of the year when you have a lot of guys out or important guys out, and a lot of other guys get opportunities that they've been staying ready for to bring some energy and some juice and get an opportunity to play. So, we have a deep team for a reason, and the expectation is those guys go out and win a basketball game.
Frank, is there anybody specifically that you think could benefit in just having some more touches, being able to play a little bit more, whether it's with a starter or somebody off the bench?
Yeah, I think everybody has to benefit, and everybody has to have the next man up type of mindset. But I think our centers will get a bigger run tonight. I think Talon having the ball, when in the second unit when Russ is out, should hopefully give him an opportunity to get some rhythm. His touches and minutes have been a little bit choppy of late, and hopefully he can benefit as well.
Yeah. Frank, was LeBron able to do anything on court today to try to see where he was at? And then I guess, was it communicated to you, has there been improvement based on where he was? I guess where we're in Philadelphia?
They did not talk about improvement. They just said he's still dealing with soreness and he'll be out. And I do not believe he was on the court, but did his normal weight room work.
Frank, how does this affect things for the end of the road trip in Atlanta for Anthony and LeBron?
Yeah, it's day-to-day with both of those guys. Hopefully we get them both back, but, we'll have to see how their injuries are responding.
I guess just one follow on LeBron. He was in such a rhythm, the 18-game stretch, and now he misses 2 games in a row. Knowing his competitive nature and wanting to play in the games, is there any concern that this could be more than a day-to-day thing?
No, right now we just there's some swelling in there that they want to just get on top of, and you know, the hope is that that's all it is.
All right, guys, so we'll see. Hang tight to see if LeBron and AD are able to get back by the game in Atlanta. As for tonight, a bit more THT when Westbrook isn't running the offense, so that'll be encouraging to see. And also, Geeter saw Kendrick Nunn actually doing some shooting drills, warming up on the court. Frank Vogel said he's still a ways away, but nonetheless, just good to see him out here getting some shots up.
Mike, great job. It's right here. We're just going to mention Kendrick Nunn. Good work by Mike Trudell. Call that a bridge. Keep it here on Spectrum Sportsnet for the Lakers and Hornets. Kendrick.